Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. If you recognize me, it's because it's Monday afternoon and I just saw you maybe a couple minutes ago or maybe a couple hours in class. I'm going to keep this a little short because, well, one, advisory is going to happen in a couple minutes in here, so I got to get out of here quickly. Two, this is going to be after some sleuthing, some introductions, and some corporation video watching time and discussion time, so this is maybe happening the last 10, 20 minutes of class. See how far you can get with it. Here we go. So take this sheet out. You'll remember it from last week. What you should do right now is pause. Pause this video of me talking and get the answers from Maddie to make sure that everybody's got the correct math in these tables here. Pause. All right. Now that you're unpaused and I'm back, what I want you to do is exactly what it says. Graph, not all of these, but graph average fixed cost, average variable cost, average total cost, marginal cost, and marginal revenue. Graph them on the back. Now, it's going to end up looking like this, so you can kind of cut to the chase, but you can see some of the scale that I use. So you'll see that a couple of the values for average fixed cost, variable cost, and total cost in particular are way off the graph, but that isn't the part that's going to help us much anyway. So when you are working on the back, I would have it go from about 0 to 80 at the top of the graph. Down here, you can fit all 10 on if you go every fourth bar as 1, 4 bars, 2, etc. Now, 4, average total cost, average variable cost, and average fixed cost, which I haven't drawn on here yet. Here it is. Put them on the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4. Marginal cost, however, marginal is what happens in between the margins, right? So actually, every time you graph marginal cost, it should be between 0 and 1. So if 0 to 1 is 4 little bars, put the first marginal cost at 2, and the next one at 6, and the next one at 8, because it's in the margins. Okay? So again, pause the videotape right here, put all 5 or 6 of these graphs, average fixed cost, average variable, average total, marginal cost, marginal revenue, put all of those graphs on the back of this piece of paper at the top. Pause the videotape, do that right now. Okay, now you're back, you've got a graph that looks like this on the board. What's on the board isn't entirely accurate, but I'm going to point out a couple things to you before I help you answer the question. Here we go. Marginal cost is the cost as it changes as you add each additional product, right? So as marginal cost is going down here, this is what we call increasing marginal returns. This is where teamwork is happening, communication, efficiency, collaboration. All these things, the cost is going down because of those things as we make more progress. And as marginal cost is decreasing, you can see that it's pulling down the average variable cost and the average total cost. And because those are averages, anytime you have a number that's coming in as a cost below the average, they pull the averages down. Which makes sense then that marginal cost is going to cross average variable cost, and it's going to cross average total cost at their low points. As soon as marginal cost starts getting higher than this, it's an average, so it starts pulling the average up. Same thing up here, starts pulling the averages up. And so this is the point where KS starts. This is where diminishing marginal returns starts. This is where inefficiencies and bottlenecks and communication breakdown, all those things start happening, and the marginal cost starts going up and up and up. That's the thing that will then pull average variable cost up, average total cost down. The two other lines that you're going to see on this graph, average fixed cost, and because it's fixed, it's going to just keep going down as an average the more that you increase your production, your output, your workers, because it's being spread out over more and more products. It's an average, and it doesn't change, so the average goes down. And the marginal revenue here, we have set at 70. So this is just a straight bar. That's the marginal revenue. Every product that we sell is $70, no matter if we sell one or the 10th one, each one is $70. Okay, so let's start looking at some of these questions. At what point does diminishing marginal return set in? Well, we said right here. And if I look at my graph, marginal cost at 3 is 30, at 4 it's 20, and at 5 it's 25. So between the fourth and the fifth product, is when the marginal cost starts going back up again from its low point at 20, back again higher. So at the fifth product is when it starts going back up. Question D, can this company earn a profit? The answer is yes. You can actually look again at your table, and you can look at, let's see, total revenue over here, total cost over here, and you can do the calculations yourself. But I can also tell you that profit is always the greatest right where marginal cost and marginal revenue intersect. That's the place of the highest efficiency. That's going to make sense because marginal revenue is each additional revenue. As long as it's higher than each additional cost, you keep making money. So as long as your marginal cost is below marginal revenue, you're making money. As soon as it crosses it, each additional cost is greater than the revenue you bring in, you should stop. You can see this on your paper. At product 8, the marginal cost is up to 90. That's greater than the revenue of 70. In this case, product 7 is a marginal cost of 65. That is a lower cost than the revenue 70, so it made sense to make the 7th product. It's the last product you should make. So can the company earn a profit? Yes, it should make 7 products. That's the highest profit it can make. It actually can still make a profit making 4 products, 5 products, 6, 7, 8, or 9, but 7 is the most profit. And you can check that by looking at the total revenues and total costs. Okay, E, can this company earn a profit if it charges $60 instead of $70? And yes, this time instead we should actually only make 6 products. Marginal cost is 35, the 7th is 65. That doesn't make any sense to make. But if we make 6 products, sell them at $70 a piece, we can still make a profit. We should do that. And F, what's the lowest this company can charge and still earn a profit? Well, we should look at average total cost and see that at product 6, it actually gets down to $55 right here. $55 is the cheapest that we can make at an average cost. So if at that point we actually charge $56, we would make a very small amount of profit. And the last one, all right, this whole graph and chart is the individual cost structure for one business. This is how they decide how many products to make, what price to charge, what their costs are like. Since it's a perfectly competitive market, and we'll talk a lot more when we get back from break of what that means, they are actually taking the price from the market. So I don't think we've determined what exactly we're selling here, but at $70 in the market, this is where supply meets demand. All of the suppliers, $70, bring it across, that's the marginal revenue line. For question G, that's just how you do the mirror graphs of the entire industry and the single firm. That is, as fast as I can, everything with this worksheet. I'm sure that there's a lot of questions. We'll come back to this after break.